Yes, they are. Look, my Buffalo Bills, my Bills Mafia, my fandom for my former team. Obviously, I'm going through a little bit in this conversation, but I would say the Baltimore Ravens are the best team in the AFC. First, let's talk about why they can be the best team in the AFC. Because of their leader, because of their quarterback, because of Lamar Jackson. Read a great article about Lamar Jackson that basically said he's redefining the laws of nature. And I was like, that's one way to make me read this article, but boy, is that a hot take right there, until they broke it down. Do you know this year, Lamar Jackson is throwing the ball longer distances, more accurately, without taking more time in the pocket, and without getting sacked at a higher rate? Damn, dog. No wonder it doesn't matter who's the running back. No matter who he hands the ball off to, whoever's around him. Lamar Jackson is redefining the laws of nature. Nowhere are you supposed to get a greater distance in ball throwing it that far, and it gets more accurate, and then you're not even taking more time to do it, and y'all not getting to me either. Lamar Jackson has recalculated his situation and is going to come out on top no matter what you throw at him, and even more so, no matter what is hindering him in terms of injuries on his team. Now, let's compare him and let's compare them to the Buffalo Bills. I start to look at it and I say, oh, the Ravens rank higher than the Bills in total offense, and rush defense. Let's think about it. If you can run the ball, stop the run, got a chance, especially if you got that quarterback. Everyone goes back to last year. This ain't last year. This team is stronger in a way that's weird because they're weaker in terms of personnel, but their leader has now done something that we haven't seen quarterbacks do, which is redefine the laws of nature.
I co-sign. The Ravens are absolutely the best team in the AFC. The only real contender is the Bills, in my opinion. The Chiefs, I love them, but right now they ain't doing it.
Oh, stop.
So it's the Bills.
Yeah.
Last year, the Ravens were one play worse than the Buffalo Bills. The playoffs were decided by that interception that went the other way. That's a 14-point swing.
Yep.
The game was a 14-point game.
Yeah.
The Baltimore Ravens have gotten one play better, and Lamar Jackson has gotten one play better. The Baltimore Ravens are a better football team than the Bills. But beyond that, let's talk about something the fans can't always see. To me, the Ravens are the hungrier of the teams in football. The Ravens are the third oldest team in the AFC. Now, age doesn't always equate to hunger, but when you got players that have tasted success and greatness before, they want that taste again. When you got a coach, Jim Harbaugh, that has tasted greatness before, he wants that taste again. I'm reminded very simply, Calais Campbell against the Colts. Ravens are about to lose that game if the Colts make that field goal to go up by 2 scores with 4 minutes left. Calais Campbell, who's been to a Super Bowl before in his first 2 years of play with the Arizona Cardinals, he wants to get back. I know Calais Campbell. He was a groomsman in my brother's wedding. He's hungry, and he's a leader of that defense. He goes through the line. He blocks a field goal. Field goals rarely get blocked in the NFL. Blocks a field goal. Game goes into OT. Ravens win. In a game of football that is decided by one play and a play made by one person, Lamar Jackson has proven to be that one person, and the Ravens have players that are hungrier than I think all the other contenders are. Ravens are better. Ravens are hungrier. Ravens are the best team in the AFC.
Yeah, I'm with you. And I'm sorry, two of my other, it's not just the Buffalo Bills, the LA Chargers as well in this conversation, and you brought up the Chiefs as well. Tons and tons of ammunition in terms of rankings of why the Ravens are the better team. But let's go deeper than that. Let's go to the fact that if you look at Lamar Jackson and his passing efficiency and his passing proficiency, that's the difference. Like, you always thought of the Ravens as, oh, this great running team that can throw the ball adequately, can strike, make big plays, but can't consistently, methodically move the ball down the field with Lamar's shoulder. I don't know why, if that was reality or perception, but it was something that was of conversation. Oh, no more. Lamar Jackson is just one of only 8 quarterbacks with a passing touchdown in every game this season. Like, Lamar's doing some crazy stuff, and it's just going unnoticed or unrecognized in terms of respect. He already led the league in passing touchdowns. People still calling him a running back and then joking about it, saying, oh, it's just a joke. Okay, whatever. 11 straight games overall with a passing touchdown. That's Lamar Jackson. Not bad for a running quarterback, right there. You look at the Ravens, toughness comes to mind. Like, the Ravens, and what is toughness? Like, I hate when people's like, I'm tougher than you. And you're like, well, prove it. You can't prove it. The only way you prove it is if you go through something and come out of it. That's when toughness shows itself. You can't predict toughness. You got to see it and react to toughness. I'm looking at this team right now with Lamar Jackson and how prolific they are in their deficiencies. We already know how good they are in the ways they're supposed to be good. But in the things that we projected to be bad and to be weakness for them, now all of a sudden it's a strength.
I also believe that at this point the Ravens can solidify they're the best team in the AFC this weekend against the Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow been looking good.
Okay.
Bengals making some noise. Bengals look hungry. Okay. We know the Chiefs aren't currently the best team in the AFC. They might be in about 15 weeks, but right now they're not.
Right.
So who are the true primary contenders in the AFC? As I look at it, it's the Bills, and the Bills are good.
Damn good.
Exactly right. But if you're better than the Bills, and I think the Ravens right now have proven that they are, now you got to look around at what team might snipe you. And the Bengals are sitting there scratching at the heels of the Baltimore Ravens. I think they are.
The Bengals?
As crazy as it may
they
be.
They get declawed. They're not declawed.
If the Bengals beat the Ravens this weekend, they win in the AFC North as it stands right now through 7 weeks. First time since 2015. So I think the Ravens know who's ahead of them. But to end this block, track and field. When you kick at the end of that race and you know you're about to catch this person, it's not necessarily the person in front of you got to worry about because you can gauge their speed. They're in front of you. But what about the person coming from behind you? The Bills are either right in front or neck and neck with the Baltimore Ravens. That's fine. I can gauge their speed. But it's the Bengals with Joe Burrow that's sprinting that I don't actually know the speed they're coming with. The Ravens need to prove this weekend, and I think they can. They're the best team.
Oh, great point. Yesterday, you had a point about you can't be number one if you're not number one in something. What was that?
If you're not number one in something, you can't be number one in everything.
Yeah. And then people kept talking about decathletes, and they were like how they don't win the individual high jump, they don't win the individual long jump,
but they can win
the whole thing. So, yeah, I didn't want to put you on the spot, but I just had to put you on the spot.